Like it? That's it, Daniel. It's very hard. Remember to put yours in the
And this song. Here. Where should we go now?
You go wherever you see there's a wind. There's wind over. Go, run.
还没有吃的。